So you're getting into Bitcoin. Awesome. But listen, before we talk about anything else, price, trading, whatever, we need to nail down the single most important concept for keeping your funds safe. It all comes down to one question. Who's in control? Let's get right into it.
To make this super clear, let's meet Alice. She's kind of like a lot of us. Just heard about Bitcoin from a friend, she's curious, and she's ready to jump in. Her story is going to show us exactly why this one concept is such a game changer.
Okay, so Alice does what we all do. She pulls out her phone, hits the App Store, finds a wallet that her friend recommended, and taps download. Easy enough, right? She's officially on her way. But the most critical step is coming up next, right after she fires up that new wallet.
Now, the kind of wallet Alice chose is called non-custodial. And this is a really key detail. It's just a fancy way of saying there's no bank, no company, no middleman holding her Bitcoin for her. She is in complete control. And you know what they say? With great power comes great responsibility.
And boom. The very first thing her new wallet does is show her this, a recovery code. At first glance, it just looks like a random list of words. But those words, they're the key to absolutely everything. This is what being in control really means.
So what on earth is this thing? Well, the easiest way to think about it is like a master key to your own personal vault. It's the one and only thing that can unlock your funds, no matter what happens to your phone, your computer, anything.
Look, on a technical level, it's a list of words that acts as a seed. All of your wallet's secret keys are kind of grown from this one seed, using some pretty cool math. But you don't need to be a math whiz. All you need to know is this. It is your ultimate backup.
Now, you might see this called a few different things out in the wild, so don't get confused. Some people call it a mnemonic phrase. You'll also hear seed phrase a lot, which, makes perfect sense since it's the seed for all your keys. They all mean the exact same thing, your master key.
And depending on the wallet you're using, these codes might look a little different. See here, Blue Wallet gives you a nice numbered list. Electrum just gives you the words. And then you have wallets like Moon that might use something that looks a bit different. But don't let the format fool you. The job they do is always the same.
Okay, so you have this code. What now?
Do you try to memorize it?
No way, absolutely not. As the source material puts it perfectly, our memories are just not reliable enough for this. The best practice, the only practice really, is to get a pen, get a piece of paper, and physically write it down.
All right, this is where the magic really happens. Let's imagine the worst-case scenario. Alice's phone falls into a lake, or it gets stolen, or it just dies. Is all her Bitcoin gone forever? Nope, because that little piece of paper she wrote down is about to become the most valuable thing she owns.
And the fix? Believe it or not, it's beautifully simple. She just gets a new phone, downloads the exact same wallet app, and this time, instead of hitting Create New Wallet, she taps Restore. She carefully types in those words from her piece of paper, and, just like that, her Bitcoin is right there, safe and sound.
Okay, so this thing sounds pretty amazing, right? A true lifesaver. But it's not a magic wand for everything. It's really important to understand what it can't do so you don't get caught off guard. So there are two big things to know. First, metadata. That means any personal notes you might have saved, like payment from Bob for lunch, yeah, that's gone. Second, and this is a big one for modern wallets, is something called off-chain funds, like what's used on the Lightning Network. Think of it as a separate account. Your main recovery code might not cover that. So here's the bottom line. Always check if your wallet says you need an additional backup. It's a tiny step that could save you a massive headache.
We've talked about how powerful this code is. Now we've got to talk about the flip side, the danger. Because this code is your master key, it is the absolute #1 target for scammers, and protecting it is not optional. So let me ask you a question, and I want you to really think about it. When is it actually safe to type these 12 or 24 words into an app or website? The answer is incredibly simple, and knowing it is going to protect you from pretty much every scam out there.
There are only 2 times, let me repeat that, only 2 times it is safe to enter this code. The first is right at the beginning, when you're setting up the wallet for the first time and it asks you to confirm you wrote it down. The second is when you decide to recover your wallet on a new device because the old one is gone. That's it. Any other time, a website pop-up, a support agent in your DMs, an app asking for verification, it is a scam 100% of the time, period.
Okay, let's boil this all down to the absolute essentials. Number 1, your recovery code is your master key. It's everything. 2, write it down on paper and hide it somewhere safe, offline. Not on your computer, not as a photo, not in the cloud, paper. 3. You only enter it during that initial setup or when you're recovering a lost wallet. And 4. Guard it like it's your life's savings. Because, well, it is.
And that's really what this is all about, isn't it? That simple list of words changes everything. It puts you in the driver's seat. It means you don't need to ask permission from anyone to access your money. It makes you your own bank. So the only question left is, are you ready for that?